Today is Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. We are 6 days until Halloween, and I am thrilled to be hosting our weekly cult meeting, Wizard Wednesday. Channeling in from the Quantum Downs, this is the Black Goat of the Wood, Elf J Trul, and joining me is...
Dotta, hello.
Hello.
What up? Let's go!
Let's go, Bear! What up?
We back!
We're back. How about that Thriller dance video?
Can we just tip our hats to the amazing 3D team, to the amazing dev team that got the site up looking 19 minutes ago? Can we give a shout out to Frog, who made a Thriller dance video?
Dude,
Come on!
let's just pat everyone on our teams, ourselves on the back.
Let's go!
Okay, so I just want to say, I woke up this morning and Dotta DM'd me and he said, okay, there's a 30% chance we will launch the Souls website today. And Dotta, you beat the odds, you and Waz.
Hey, we did. 30% is 1 out of 3. So I guess we're just 1 in a million.
Or 1 out of 3.
That's not a problem. Yeah.
No, but seriously, yeah, Bear. I mean, Waz and Dotta did a hell of a job launching the site today. Frog and I did, I guess, all the artwork. And then Frog did this Thriller dance video. He's been working on it for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And it's funny because I'll admit I was a little concerned because like 3 days ago I said, Frog, can you just make like a parody of the Thriller dance video with all of our soul characters? And then that was it. I didn't check in. I didn't ask him to show me like as he was working. Like I didn't see anything until just like an hour ago, and he nailed it.
It's so good. I love it so much.
It's called having good taste.
It's called having good taste, but also like pretty much anything you put Michael Jackson's music on is gonna be good. So,
I just love when it cuts away to the pile of bones.
yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, we launched Souls. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And
They look so good. I don't know what else to say. I just love the way that they are.
yeah,
There's even now a
Yeah, there you
Dotta
go.
Angel, and I think now Dotta gets to be the cool one with those big feathery wings.
there you go.
Yeah. A lot of work. Okay, next. No one cares anymore. What are we doing after Souls?
No. We're gonna hang on this for a second. There's a reason we launched Souls, not just because it's almost Halloween, but you're actually gonna be able to use these very, very soon. In fact, it'll be next Tuesday, right, Bear?
Next Tuesday, we will all be running around in what I think is going to be a pretty freaking sweet Halloween haunted maze obstacle course. Just like haunted, just imagine like the most fun haunted house of all time, but it's in the metaverse. It's browser based. Don't use Brave. we'll put all sorts of sort of caveats, but yeah, we
Why
partnered
would you
with
use Brave anyway?
Shut up! I love Brave. I get paid $5 a month to say that. Yeah, we partnered with Improbable, who powered the first 2 trips for the other side. I'm a big fan of like this concept. I'm on like round like 3 or 4 of being involved in sort of movements for like virtual experiences, virtual concerts, virtual events, and yeah, it's just been really cool to work with that team. And we got introduced to them through board. I don't know, like I want to say like 18 days ago, and it's gonna be done in time, and it's gonna be really cool. We're starting. I'm sure some of you guys have seen. We are inviting all of our friends to the Halloween experience as we usually do every year, so people will be able to run around. I think there's about like 20 or so partner projects that will have like their own head that they can choose and like run around. But yeah, I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. And there's even a prize at the end for the for all the smarty for the three smarty pants that can get through it the fastest.
Can I say what the prize is?
Let it rip.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this experience, there will be prizes, and they will be awarded based on your skill. This is kind of like a race to the end. So yeah, it's a skill based competition. There will be a first, second, and third prize. It will be a gold, silver, and bronze pumpkin. There's a big pumpkin theme in this whole event. So yeah, only three prizes: gold, silver, and bronze pumpkin. These will be tokens. Um, they're like literally a 3D gold, silver, and bronze pumpkin. So only three people will be able to win. I'm hoping thousands will participate. But yeah, let's see who wins the golden pumpkin. Oh, and Bear, who's the special and guest we invited?
Oh,
Wait,
who is
what?
the special guest we
You
invited?
you tweeted it today, Bear. Who's your friend?
Oh,
Oh,
Gary.
yeah. If you want to play as Gary Gensler, you're more than welcome to play with the Gary Gensler Pumpkinhead. There's also going to be some other really funny random pumpkin heads that you'll be able to choose from. But so yeah, so if you have a soul or if you have a wizard, you will be able. It will be token gated, and you will be able to play as that model. And then for these partner collections, you can actually choose to verify your token, or you can just go in and not even connect a wallet and just play. So there'll be options, but the wizard,
I
yeah.
tell you what, I'm gonna be upset if Gary wins the golden pumpkin. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
He does not deserve the golden pumpkin.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't even deserve the bronze.
He deserves the rotten pumpkin.
Yeah, exactly. He
But
he
what we
doesn't
are
even
doing,
deserve a jelly donut.
what we're doing is we're creating pumpkin heads, customized pumpkin heads for a bunch of different communities. We will announce or at least share those. But really, yeah, we want for as many people as possible to come to this event. I think as a cult member, one of the things that we're trying to do is to introduce people in the broader Web3 community about Forgotten Runes. And so this is really a perfect example for them to come and to see all the cool stuff that we've built, right? Because people will be running around as wizards, as their souls. The fact that we have Bear who can open doors, and then the great team at Improbable, plus our own 3D team that can put together these kinds of events. So, like, if you are a cult member listening to this, and as you probably are, you hold other NFTs, right? So we will have some assets that you can share with those other teams to invite them. um maybe we could drop an example in the secret tower, because I don't know that we've actually shared them here, or if anybody's tweeted any. Bear, do you know?
Yeah, you mean
um
some of the pumpkin heads, or you mean the full
yeah, exactly,
body,
yeah,
or
some of the
yeah, we've
pumpkin head
tweeted some.
announcements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah. can,
yeah.
can you drop a link like in Discord so people can see? And then, like, yeah, we'll give you assets. I'm gonna have Jitsi put up assets on the website. I don't know, maybe they're already there. What I'm getting at is, what we want from you guys as
Get
the cult
out.
is to invite people to come to the event, because the more people that come, the more people know about how great Forgotten Runes is.
Yeah,
And you could win
Yeah,
a golden pumpkin if you're
yeah.
good.
yeah, you could win a
And
golden pumpkin.
And if you want, I would highly recommend, if you're going to share anything or even just for yourself, so you have it marked on the calendar, you can sign up at the link that Dotta, I think, put up top. And so you can like schedule it and sign up. So it would be good to do that. So you can reserve the time.
Yeah, speaking of time, so we'll be saying this a lot over the next few days, but it's going to happen October 31st, which is next Tuesday, and it's going to happen at 1 p.m. PST, which is 4 p.m. EST. I know this might be an awkward time for somebody, but we're also trying to optimize for people in the UK. So I don't know if that means you're gonna have to do it on your lunch break if you're at work or you're just getting off work. But I highly
Figure it
recommend
out.
figure it out. Yeah, you have a week, like 6 days to figure it out. Um, yeah, there's a golden pumpkin waiting for you if you win.
Yeah, I want to say real quick, I think it's really cool that you're doing this for Improbable, especially. I think that's such a huge connection that you guys managed to make. And I think one thing that really disappointed me about like the previous things that they did with the other side was that like they were all kind of like the same model because like no models were made, I guess, for apes yet. And like I think it would be kind of weird like upstage ape if anybody had models yet. So like having our event where it's like our models are done and we have models for both two different collections that are under our chest, and like probably people will be able to see that and see also just kind of like I think their environment would like any environments that they create would be so much better seeing like actual variety and like the players that are running around in it. Aside from just like different robot heads or whatever. I think that it will actually help them out too if they're kind of showing off their technology. So I think it's a win for both of us.
Oh, it's a win-win-win. And I love that you said we're going to upstage Yuga. I hope there's no Yuga employees in the audience right now, but I think that's true.
It's not a
3D's hard.
not a competition. It's all fun.
Bear, you of all people, I can't believe you're saying it's not a
I'm not
competition.
even competitive. What are you talking about?
Yeah. But no, Matto, you're right. Like the Improbable sent us a really fun video just yesterday of like a huge crowd shot of 1,000 wizards, and of course they all look really different, really unique. We're gonna share this video very soon. But damn, it's just been a mad rush trying to finish this thing because we started like 2 or 3 weeks ago, Bear?
Yeah, like 18 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to have your buddy Board on today, right?
Yeah, but he had to take his dog to the vet. He had an dog emergency, which is
Oh no, that's
major
sad.
priority. But we're gonna do another Spaces with Board on Monday, and I think maybe even like the CEO of Improbable is going to come, maybe their CTO, and we'll just like talk about what's going on. Maybe have some of the partner community representatives come and hang out, and then yeah, we'll let it rip on Halloween. Super excited! I think you all will have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just have a few more things to say. We've been like play testing with Improbable over the last week or two, and it's amazing like how much progress they make just every few days. And the last build we tried, it's just shocking how much content they were able to put in it. And it's like in the very beginning, like Bear and I asked for all these things. I was like, can we put giant bats in it? And can we have these golden pumpkin prizes? And can we make it look like the vampire mist? And like all these
And we can
things.
do this. Yeah, we were just like throwing things at them every second.
And yeah, and every time I expect them to say, no, you can't do that. And then 2 days later, they're like, okay, we got it in.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been great. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just really excited about it. I don't know if we have much more to say on it.
I don't know. I think we'll talk a little bit about it on Monday, but like why not have an event, a virtual event? Like I think this is going to be the beginning of a trend. Some people will say, oh, well, people have been playing Fortnite and online games, and it's been a social thing for a long time. But I think this is a little bit different. I think that now we're like moving into the phase where, you buy a wizard, you buy a soul, and now you verify the ownership. Now you can take that and now you can go into these virtual experiences and you can be that thing. Like this idea, we're like getting one step closer with these experiences to like the interoperable nature of like these different virtual spaces. And so that's what I get really excited about. Is like, okay, we're gonna do this thing on Halloween, but what happens when we start programming like more consistent events like this? What happens when other projects start hosting experiences and virtual events where you can then take in your character? I mean, we've been working with building these 3D models for the wizards and the souls, and then the warriors will come in the future. But like we put in the time now because we knew that this was coming, and it's just so nice to start seeing like progress, to be able to support some of this stuff. So yeah, we're starting to get feedback after the Halloween thing. Like, let's get feedback. What do you guys want to see next? What did you like? What did you dislike? But like it's moving in the right direction, which is the fun part.
Yeah, two things. So I'm looking in the secret tower, and people are posting like just little bugs here and there on the Souls website. There are definitely going to be some bugs. We are, of course, going to over the next few days fix certain bugs, like items are missing and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, if you find them, it's to be expected. I think it's like 98% there, though, right, Dota?
Yeah. If you find a bug, send it to us. We've got a good process to fix all the rest. We QA'd a bunch, but there's surely a few things.
Yep. And
Um.
then,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry, and then just off of what you were saying, Bear, it's I mean, again, we talked about we've been talking about 3D for almost a year now. And like the biggest reason we're doing it is because 3D is just a real exponential vector. When you've got a 3D metaverse that's being built day by day, you've got to have 3D assets that can be deployed into it. And so this improbable thing is just like, it's just the beginning. We're just getting started. If you're an NFT project and you don't have 3D game rigs, what are you doing? So yeah, I mean, I just think this is just a really fruitful path for the project to take, and you're going to see a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that like one of the things that's been, in the air is something like, well, we have 3D models, but I have nothing to do with them. And I think we see that because like we're one of the first collections to do 3D models at this level. And so and the people who are building metaverses to support these kinds of models are still working on them. So I don't know what I can talk about or not, but of course we've talked about doing Wizards in Nifty Island. I don't want to commit that team, but I think that we'll probably be able to get the souls in Nifty Island. But there are like many other metaverses that are kind of on the cusp, and really everyone in Web3 is like trying to create the next Roblox, the next Fortnite, and everyone in Web2 gaming, right, like Fortnite and Roblox, are building platforms, and so like really being able to kind of make Forgotten Runes be the coolest branded models in those platforms is just something you're going to see grow over the next year and two.
Yeah, and I just want to say 3D Nosferatu looks dope as fuck. um, People have been asking me for that one to like put it to the top of the line, and I never got it to you, but I'm glad that it's finally delivered today. It's one of my favorite. Yeah, I'm just excited about Souls 3D.
People are saying that it doesn't work on mobile. I don't know what the deal is there. We'll revisit that. It needs to work on mobile.
Yep, we'll figure it all out. But yeah, you will be able to use these in the upcoming Nightmare run with Improbable.
I love that name, Nightmare Run. Yeah.
It's dope. You got to run to get the pumpkin. It's a race. Okay, so man, 3D Souls and Nightmare Run. That's just like one of the many things that have happened in just the last week. Like I can't even keep up. What's another giant thing that happened?
Wait, let me fall asleep for 6 months. I'll be back.
Let's see. Well, the Runeverse game just dropped both a gameplay preview trailer. Man, I haven't even tweeted about that yet. Oh, I guess I like subtweeted myself about it. But they
And a
dropped
50-page white paper.
I haven't even finished reading this final version of the white paper. I read drafts, of course, that'd be irresponsible, but I'm just saying this final version, I haven't even like had the time to sit down and write about it. So yeah, I'll make a tweet storm about it and we'll go through it a bit more.
Yeah, the Runeverse white paper just dropped. It's amazing. Like that's a huge freaking thing, and I'm worried that it's getting lost in the other huge freaking things that we're doing.
We're gonna
It's
read.
all right. No worries about it. We'll be doing AMAs in the next like 2 weeks or so. So we'll keep on doing your thing. We'll keep on pushing for when we launch our vertical slice.
One of the headline pieces in that paper is this idea around that part of the economy that there will be basically like gold essentially, and there's a part in the paper. Let me see if I have it pulled up here. There's a part of the paper where it says for wizard holders a number of benefits can be expected, and it says number one, the collective bonus. It says wizard holders will benefit from the game's growth and engagement, Wizards will have access to a unique building on any plot that they own that will tap into the universe's growth and grant the holder a portion of the gold extracted from the world by the player base at large. Um, I have to speak carefully about this because I like the mechanics are still kind of like being worked out. But effectively, what this is saying is that if you hold a wizard, and it's a wizard, specifically wizard or soul, but not warriors or like other NFT collections really, like it's exclusive to wizards, that you will be able to build a building that actually like helps you earn a portion of the gold in the game's economy. So I think that's a really important piece that I don't think has the everyone has really realized yet, and that will like be surfacing a bit more. There are other benefits too, right? That like, of course, you'll have your visual appearance, you'll get access to a unique Wizards Guild. Like, there are other things that you'll get kind of as being a wizard holder, but this idea that you can build a building that then sort of like helps you be a part of the game's economy in a really intricate way is a really big benefit, and so we'll have more to say about that.
Yeah, and I'll also just say really quick that like even if collections aren't immediately included, like later down the line, there's going to be obviously warriors are going to have a place in the universe game, and we're going to have like the mounts for all the ponies. But there may be a period of time, when the game comes out, that they don't quite see those benefits just yet, and until those benefits get fully fleshed out, we're definitely open to the idea of adding some additional kind of like background benefits, like maybe like having it so that maybe ponies give you like a boost that's like passive rather than like a mount until like the mount actually comes out and such, and like kind of work those details in. A lot of them aren't really finalized yet, but we want to make sure that we have like some of those like until those systems are fully built out, that there's still some kind of bonus that you get for having the additional tokens that aren't fully represented in yet. So more to come, obviously, when that portion of the game is out. But definitely very excited, and there's going to be lots of bonuses for without feeling like as if like the holders are kind of like broken or anything to the player economy. It's going to be very, very organic.
Awesome. Dotta, you're muted if you don't know.
Oh, sorry. Oops.
I didn't know if you knew. But yeah, so we got a few cult questions, and one of them is Runiverse related. So I'm going to go to that one. Kobe System is asking, pre-alpha info, any favorite aspects you've had from playtesting? Yeah, I think we all have different favorite aspects. My favorite thing is just the art. I think the art team at Bisonic is really good. They do great animations. I love the backgrounds. I love the monsters. That's been the thing I've reacted to the most. But do you guys have any favorite aspects of the game that you've seen?
Of the Runiverse?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of crafting and customizing. That's like, I think there's a lot of depth in the crafting, which is like that's like because I'm not like for me I didn't grow up doing like turn-based. I didn't grow up playing games that had like turn-based battles, so it's not super my jam. But I really like crafting and customizing, and it's not gonna be Matt. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we're not doing crafting the way it's going to be in the game for this event that's going to happen in like early November, right?
Right. So I've been getting a lot of questions about like when game come out and obviously and such. So the white paper, what we have in white paper, we have 3 different tiers that are issued for like kind of like 3 different builds that we're going to be pushing out. And that's like the alpha, the beta, and then the open build, the first launch. This is actually going to be before this event that's upcoming, because we want to kind of show you guys a vertical slice of what's in the game. So there's going to be some, and we actually have an infographic that we're building right now that's going to actually detail like all the things that aren't going to be in this build that we plan on having in the alpha that's later on. But this event, it's going to be something that it's like we know a lot of people have been really wanting to play. So we'll be able to push this out. You guys will be able to play it, and it's not going to have everything. It's like the crafting system is going to be like as built out as we have planned out in like in the later versions. But you're definitely going to be able to craft and kind of like get a feel for what we're building into it and the options that you're going to have at disposal. When you play this initial build, it's going to have like some options to play with, but it's not going to be the full expansion of what we want to have for our actual alpha launch. So look forward to it. I'll give an actual solid date on Twitter later. So just kind of keep an eye out. We've been kind of pushing out updates every day, and we'll have a nice date where you can circle your calendar very soon in November.
LFG.
Amazing. Yeah. So this event is going to be more of like it's not like a play test, but it's like a game. How do you guys say it? Because it's not like
it's a vertical slice. You know, it's kind of like a window at the mechanics that we have in.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be playable. Like you're gonna be able to level up and like fight and all. You're gonna play with the core gameplay loops. You'll be able to participate in. It's just not as fleshed out as what we have in the white paper for what we want those gameplay loops to be. So it's kind of like a preview build. I want to say kind of like pre-alpha. But yeah, you'll be able to play around in it and see what we're building into the game.
Fun.
Yep, fun times.
Let's see, we've got a question.
Oh, and sorry, one quick thing is that when part of the stuff that you'll be able to actually mint some NFTs in this build as well. So because this is a pre-alpha build, like you can expect that player progress that you have in it probably isn't going to progress over, but because this is built on NFTs, there are certain NFTs that when you mint in the game, you'll be able to take those on to the rest of the builds later on. So it's kind of like leaning into what the strength of technology is. Even when you're in like the testing phase, there's still items and such that you'll be able to carry over into the main build because you have those minted in your wallet.
Great.
Hey, Herman. Hello.
Herman, hello.
Greetings from Saudi Arabia, of all places.
Welcome to Wizard Wednesday.
Well, I just noticed that you guys invited Gary Gensler to the event. You've literally invited regulation to our metaverse. And I just wanted to say, like, that wasn't part of the deal, guys. You've invited Satan to the event, the Halloween. So, like, but I just wanted the style and the beauty and the pomp with which you're doing this and the way you're using the tools and technology and the excitement behind the scenes. It's just really commendable. Like, this community and what you're doing, honestly, it's really inspiring and different to how I thought you would do it when we first talked about it. So yeah, just stylish and magnificent. I just wanted to shout out.
Herman, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure working with your team. We were bragging about you guys earlier. It's just going above and beyond what we expected as well.
It's kind of a bit of a match made in heaven. I mean, you have this incredible pent up lore and history and depth and substance to what you have. And for me, I think a lot of the tools that we're trying to create are to sort of create more substantive, more interactive experiences where people can have deeper connections. And the more I explore the IP and look at the art and look at the lore, I think there's a lot of room to unpack that. It's almost like when a really great book you love becomes a movie. You can sort of see it come to life, and you're kind of doing that. So I'm excited to see how fast we've managed to do this, and hopefully, if it's a success, we can do more.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We were talking about earlier about how this is, and this, you guys have been in Improbable going out for I think over 10 years, but there's been a couple sort of cycles around virtual events. This idea during COVID there were virtual concerts and honestly and I was involved in most of those cycles, and if someone were to tell me oh, that's going to be a thing, I would have been the biggest negative Nancy against it, just because I didn't think it would work. But the fact the timing of it all, the fact that we had all these models and then we ended up meeting you guys, and the fact that we can spin it up so quickly, I think just shows there's a ton of potential. And yeah, I mean, for us, it's where we want to take this is, this idea of okay, our comic book series is coming out. It's globally published, but imagine if you could read a comic and then play the story of the comic, right? And so it's people like Improbable that can help empower those type of sort of extensions of the IP. And yeah, I'm super stoked. Lots to do.
And what's so cool is I think Board's here actually, but it's really awesome to have him as this kind of Vince McMahon that's kind of paired us together. When he first told me that we would make a good fit, I loved what you were doing from afar, but a lot of the Web3 communities that we generally engage with, and people know us working with things like baseball and football, even more so than Web3 communities. But generally, it's rare to find a community where you have a very precise vision of what you want to be and what you don't want to be and what role partners can play. That makes it very easy to partner with the Runes community because we know where we fit, right? You're not trying to be a games company, or if you are in certain contexts, those are very clear. And taking instruction from you has also been really interesting. Like the feedback from the team on the ground is quite different from feedback that I've normally received. Like we love working with all our partners, but it's very like people are like, we didn't even think to want to do that. And that's kind of been the really interesting thing coming back from people. Like this is going to inform my thinking on what product features we build and where we go, just like other events. Like to digress for a second, and I think it'd be great to hear from Board, but the MLB event that we did a couple of weeks ago where we had I think it was 15,000 people or something that showed up. Honestly, we just didn't realize that Game Day 3D, that putting that little feature would make such a difference. And with this, for me, just the trailers, just realizing that your art coming to life with the music, with the style, with the vibe, it makes me want to be there in a way that I haven't actually experienced with some of our other events, where it doesn't quite have that same sense of substance in life. I think maybe, Board, was that why you paired us? Why did you think this would work? I mean, it is clearly working already and behind the scenes, but I'm just curious why you thought it would work.
It's just because I bought him a chicken sandwich at lunch 2 weeks
ago. Board disconnected. We'll bring him back up here. Give him another chance to answer that. We'll see. Yeah.
I mean, I'll speak to that for a second. I mean, it really did start like Herman. We were saying. I think me and Board had lunch, 2.5 weeks ago, and he was telling me about what you guys were doing, and I think for him, we just kind of agree on a lot of stuff. We have same opinions on things. We both I think he just sort of understands that just because you have the biggest numbers, just because you have the most retweets, the most likes, the highest floor, does not necessarily that doesn't necessarily
mean means nothing. It means nothing.
That's
it
right.
Means nothing.
So, exactly. And I learned that way back in the day. It's the biggest YouTubers in the world. When I was working with the PewDiePies, the people who were the most valuable, had the strongest communities, were the people in that mid tier whose engagement was just through the roof. And I think that's something that Board and I have talked about, is we just are attracted to things that sort of are okay and own that concept of 1,000 great fans.
No, but also I think a lot of the challenge in Web3 is that for the community to be sustaining and healthy, ordinary people who are not necessarily bought into the asset have to find the content appealing and have to want to come and take part. And this is probably one of the first couple of projects. I mean, there are a lot of projects on the network that I feel have this quality, but this is one of the first few where I'm like, you know what? I have friends who have sent some of the trailers to who don't like crypto, who don't like Web3, who aren't into that, but they kind of like old school Halloween vibes, and and they're kind of like, oh, this is cool. I'd get into this. I play D&D with some people who are like, I'd get into this. And I think what's great about your community is you don't shove the crypto down my throat. You kind of make it about the story, the IP, the components, and you use the crypto pieces as a tool to create a better and stronger community. And that's something, you said that to me, Bear, and I kind of half believed you, but then I did the research and I was like, yeah, actually, that is how the community kind of works. So, I mean, I'm curious. I know Board's driving. He's going to hop on in a second, but I'm kind of curious, what do you see, I'm just, this is almost as a fan, what is kind of the future of the community? I know some of the stuff you've told me about, but you look out a year, 2 years, 3 years, what do you, even putting our collaboration to one side, what does Forgotten Runes mean over that time frame to you?
The way I characterize our project is, at a very high level, is a decentralized world building project. And so in this new media landscape that we're entering, where I think 90% of the content we consume is eventually just going to be all AI generated, having a fan community that is financially and just creatively engaged in a media landscape like that is going to be super critical. So decentralized world building means like fan created content in every media expression you could think of, whether that's a comic book or a TV show or video game or all the weird stuff in between that.
But I think that part of what we're trying to do here is to build a sort of decentralized Lord of the Rings, and the idea is that we're building a world that is as vast as Star Wars, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and what you have is a massive creative community who day in and day out loves to build around those IPs, right? There's a huge Harry Potter fan fiction community, but like never before have you been able to both like collaborate with other creators and then also benefit from it financially. And so I see that like kind of the next 5 years is really enabling creators to tell the stories that they want to tell, right? Both like artists being able to collaborate, making art by hand, but also a new generation of creators with AI tools will be able to come together and like tell stories both through like AI, through video games, through like cinematics, and so we basically see this as kind of the first decentralized IP, but we also don't penalize our creators for collaborating and commercializing, right? If you look at like Harry Potter, the J.K. Rowling estate actually sued an eighth grade teacher for creating a Harry Potter encyclopedia in one, right?
That is wild. That is absolutely wild. But I guess that speaks to kind of these old business models and how they are forced to do this type of stuff.
Yeah, basically, like fan art is seen as like second tier and bordering on legal liability for legacy IPs. But for a decentralized IP, fan art is like official art. There's really no distinction between the two.
I think,
But
I think every phase moving forward, when you look at like the closer tech and entertainment and storytelling can like get closer and start overlapping and weaving into one another, I think the closer, the more you evolve the relationship between a fan and franchise, right?
So
yeah.
You kind of have, I know both here, but I just say like this thing you said about decentralized storytelling, it's really weird. Like in my book, which I'm honestly plugging to the Forgotten Runes community right now.
You didn't write a book. You wrote a book?
I did. And in it, I talk about this in a different way. So I sort of say like creativity is when you come up with a cool idea that you like. But ingenuity is when you have to come up with a creative idea that fits with the ideas of others. So in a sense, you've built a formula for structured storytelling, right? It's like a D&D campaign. You can decide what your character does, but within rules that allow that story to sort of fit with the story of the world and with everybody else. Also, when you said decentralized Lord of the Rings, I booted up DALL-E 3 and I've just typed in decentralized Lord of the Rings, and some absolutely funny shit has popped up as a result of that, which I might not be but let's hear from Board.
Hey, Board.
Half of Herman's book was written by ChatGPT, so don't let him sell you on it.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Just the parts that say as an AI model, I said that. That was me.
It's actually very good. I read it cover to cover. The piece about decentralized storytelling that I love so much is collabs. And in the old world model of IP collabing with other IP, it takes so much work. It's really hard. There's a lot of legal schmiggle. The fact that two mega brands and creative teams can come together and just like delight everybody with what they do, under the same umbrella is amazing. And I just have to say, like, I'm so excited for Tuesday for the Halloween party. I met Herman, we started chatting about a year ago, and I thought, wow, this guy's the biggest nerd I ever met. And I met Bearsnake probably about a year ago, and I had the same thought. I was like, this guy is the biggest nerd I've ever met. And now that we've been doing something and working on something together, the two teams are just flowing so well. And I'm joining late. I don't know how much you guys have shared about what's happening on Tuesday on Halloween, but I just want everyone to know who's listening, like, it's nuts. Like, I am so excited for everybody to jump into that experience and play. You're going to be so impressed. And every single day, both sides, both teams are just like coming up with new ideas, and they're like, do we have time to throw this in? Is it crazy if we do X, Y, Z? And the answer basically is always yes. And to the last minute, it's being polished. So that's my sort of hype man moment.
The speed with which you put us together, and then I know everyone's been collaborating, but I think for a lot of people, maybe they don't realize, like, putting on an online game or even a one-off event with complex experiences, that takes years, maybe months if you're using something off the shelf. I think this has been like weeks. I want to say weeks.
No, Herman. It's been like 18 days, basically.
Holy shit! That is ridiculous based on the gameplay that I've seen. That is actually ridiculous.
But we all know how it is, right? It's easy because you guys have been working for 10 years. It's easy because we spent the past year and a half making models that were designed to like fit perfectly with this kind of tech. Yeah, it's like all of the work that has been happening behind the scenes. It's like when someone becomes famous and it's like an overnight success. No, like they were like an unemployed actor for 20 years and then they just got the role. So I think it's just good timing.
So guys, I'm so sorry. It's like 1 a.m. here in Saudi, and I gotta speak in the morning, so I gotta jump. But I just wanted to. The real reason I hopped on wasn't to plug the community or anything. I really want that Dark Arcanist goat thing, and I'm really concerned that I won't be able to get it. And I'm just wondering if someone can help me get this goat. So if somebody wants to DM me about the goat, I'm ready to spend on this goat. I mean, I don't want to be ripped off, but I just want this
Herman,
goat. So
are you talking about Evil Arcanist, Black Goat of the Wood?
yeah, I want the goat.
Okay, Herman, that is actually my wizard. You
Oh,
are.
God damn it! God damn it! Oh, okay, I'm not coming now on Tuesday now. So fucking.
And he's going to let you buy it. Is the end of the sentence.
Well, okay, look, we'll take this offline. But I would be interested in discussing your goat, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Herman, if you land in the UK and you want to get off the plane, there better be a wizard in your wallet, or you're not allowed back.
I want the damn goat. All right, that's what I'm here to say. All right, like I just
Okay.
that every team we work with is like, oh, would you consider a PFP or would you do that? And this is the first time I'm willing to pay actual US dollars cash money to buy the freaking goat.
Wow.
Things I did not expect to hear is I'm interested in your goat.
Yeah, sir, I'd like to see about your goat, so we can take that offline. You have a fine goat, and I'd like to possess it. So yeah, all right, guys, good night. And look, I'm so looking forward to Halloween. It's gonna be so fun. I hope I don't come as a pumpkin. I might have to get a backup avatar since the goat is apparently owned by a celebrity. So we'll figure this out. Have an amazing time, guys.
See you later,
thank you.
Herman.
Bye.
Bye, man.
Bye. Board, yeah.
Okay.
If you have your hand raised, you can chat if you want.
I was actually trying to wave goodbye to Herman, but
Okay,
I was
good,
going to ask, how many secrets have you guys revealed? How many spoilers have we shared already?
We talked about the golden
Only a few.
pumpkin. We talked about Gary Gensler being invited, although Herman was kind of scared by that.
Yeah, we wanted the event to be scary. There's nothing scary.
Exactly. This is a horror game after all.
And then he tweets about it and then like tags the CTO of Andreessen. I'm like, I really wanted to keep this under the radar a little bit.
I mean, look, I think Gary might show up. He's a fun guy, and we'll see.
Yeah, he likes crypto. Yeah.
I think the theme here is that everyone is welcome, and that includes Gary, right?
Exactly.
All communities are welcome. Doesn't matter if you have a wizard. Doesn't matter if you have an ape or a penguin. Like there is a costume that you will be allowed to wear when you arrive. So I think, if your name's Gary, that's cool. Join.
Yeah, but Board, did you have any other surprises or anything you wanted to reveal?
Well, I mean, definitely, in addition to the golden penguin,
pumpkin.
I will say, golden pumpkin. Maybe there'll be maybe now there'll be a golden penguin too.
Yeah,
this is the first event of many that we're gonna do, and I think it's gonna set the bar very high. But every good metaverse needs a soft currency that people can use for skins and cosmetics and all sorts of cool things. So anybody who participates on Tuesday is going to get some soft currency thrown their way as well. So please do join. Invite all your friends. There is literally no limit to how many people can participate on Tuesday, unless it like goes over 100,000 people. But even then, I'm pretty sure Herman will say we can handle it. So please do show up. You need a Safari or Chrome browser and a halfway decent connection to the internet, and you're good to go.
Board, is it true that as Improbable starts doing more and more events, the cult will be able to use their models in these other events? Yes?
Yeah, exactly. So there's going to be sort of two categories of digital things. One category will be NFTs that basically are uploaded into the M2 network, which is basically powering all of this. And those can be used across any game, any experience. So you could basically show up as a wizard, at like an MLB event and watch a baseball game as a wizard, because why not? And then a second category of objects will be sort of M2 network specific objects, which are not necessarily NFTs. They're just like in-game items. And those last forever. So if you sell an NFT and it's connected to an item in this network, it goes away in your wallet. But if it's just a game item, a skin, whatever it might be, it lasts forever. And so, the idea is that you can basically use any digital objects that you pick up, say in the Halloween event, in future events as well. So that's exactly right, Bear.
I have a question. It's actually from our community. Tanya is asking, so for this Nightmare Run event, will it work with Delegate Cache or warm.cuz? I don't even know what that is, but like, can you tell us about like token gating and delegating and all that?
Yeah, I can answer that question. Yeah,
Okay, great.
Okay, so we wanted to make it optional. I think, for the wizards and the souls, it will be token gated. Like, no one can use your skin. You'll have to verify, and then you can use it. But for all the partner communities, you'll log in, and you'll have the option to just not even connect a wallet and choose from all sorts of, the partner communities. You can be Gary. There's some other sort of fun pumpkin heads that run around, or you can actually verify if you want. So it's all sort of optional, and I think that's because I don't believe, because we're spinning this up so fast, and Board, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, because we're spinning up so fast, I don't think we're going to be able to integrate like that kind of wallet, like Warm or Delegate. So
Also, we're
if you want
inviting
to,
a couple like Bitcoin communities too, and there's not like a straightforward way to do that.
Yeah, so I think that sums it up. I mean, this is something that's new. Not everyone will understand what they're showing up for. It's a website that has Edison.games. Everyone's like, "What the heck is that? I've never heard of this before." So basically, you can play the entire experience without connecting to a wallet if you don't want to, and that will probably be the majority of people. After we do this a few more times, I think people will get more comfortable. But if you do trust Bearsnake or Dotta or me, or Herman or anybody else behind Improbable, do connect, because you will get to use your wizard skin if you own a wizard. And it is likely that in terms of prizes and stuff like that, that are NFTs, we're only going to be able to give those away to people who, do give us their wallet. So it'll be sort of a simple, signed with wallet type of scenario. But yeah, not yet ready for delegate cash or things like that. Although I'm sure we can implement that for future events pretty soon.
Great. Cool. Anything else you want to talk about on Nightmare Run?
How many times has Jitsi already completed the entire maze?
Right? Kind of hard, actually.
yeah, I think he was actually the last one. He came in last when we did the playtest.
Yeah, pretty much.
The first time we did the play test, all of us died at least 10 times. It was very bad.
I think that I had to float to make it through.
Yeah. No, I know I didn't do very good. I'm not going to win the Golden Pumpkin. That's for damn sure.
Board, the last thing I'll say is, Board, we should maybe consider like having a second window, opening it up. I mean, we can talk to Herman and the Improbable team, but it'll be, I know like timing's tough for everybody to come in, but maybe there's a version where we do it at 1 p.m. PST on Tuesday. Maybe we do like a later window, or maybe the next day. I don't know. It's something to discuss.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, it's built, so in theory, we could run it again and open it up for another day or another time. I think that makes sense. I mean, I guess the only downside is people will have like watched the stream and kind of seen, where to run and stuff. But maybe that's part of the fun. Like, how fast can you do it once you sort of know how it works?
Yeah, we'd probably only give the Golden Pumpkin to the first crew.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be too easy to game it if you already knew what was happening. But yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. Even just like if people want to run around and experience it without necessarily competing.
Yeah, I just mean just for like
doable.
just for funsies, Sometimes you got to do things for funsies.
Yes. I think that'd be great. I think that's one thing that I still miss also with like the last year's event. If like after you closed off the knocking, sometimes I just want to like hop and just walk around with my token. So I think people just have fun just kind of jumping around with their 3D and hanging out with each other for a Halloween day. That'd be good.
So who did the mocap dancing for the Thriller video you guys did? Because that's pretty awesome.
Oh, not me. I'm a terrible dancer.
Our 3D wizard on our team, his name is Frog Eater. He's responsible for that whole thing. He's so good.
Give that man I was gonna say give that man a raise. I don't want to.
It's all good.
But it's good work over there, Frog Eater.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we've got a few other cult questions. SPZ is asking for a Souls filter on the 3D page. SPZ, we're definitely going to do that.
Yeah,
because
good
we
idea.
also have the 3D beasts that we need to filter for. They should be ready to go in a few days as well, because they will also be able to participate in Nightmare Run. So yeah, a filter is definitely coming for the page. And then let's see, what am I missing? Okay. Give a Hoot. Give a Hoot has been working on something amazing, and I hope he's coming up to talk about it. Give a Hoot. Hello.
Oh, hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Sorry, I'm walking through the streets of Austin right now. I'm at a company offsite, so hopefully it's not too noisy or windy.
We can hear you.
Cool. Happy Wizard Wednesday.
I'm driving to Austin right now.
Oh, hey, let's hang out.
So Give a Hoot, you released a video just a few days ago that blew my mind.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's like, I love the animation. I love the sound effects. I love the characters, the art direction, everything. Tell us what that was for.
So that is for the first Runes card set expansion that we're releasing on Halloween. It is obviously going to be Souls themed. And yeah, I had an absolute blast creating it. I mean, it was just, I don't know. It's another collaborative experience. I mean, first off, I'm not sure. So for anyone who doesn't know, the song was sung by Lorepunk, who's, a legendary wizard in the community, has an honorary warrior, and has just been a staple of the community, producing poems and art and good vibes. And the song she sang, actually, it was like the first Christmas. It was after the first Halloween of the cult. And it was like in December, which is kind of the funny thing about the song, is like it's a song singing about December, but about like Halloween, which is in October. But anyway, but she just hopped on a Wizard Wednesday and was like, "Hey, I wrote this poem, and it was a poem, but then I kind of sang it, and it was like, actually, wow, this is a song, and it's a poem about magic gone wrong." And then she just like serenades like the occult in like a beautiful, weird, dark, amazing way that just seriously gave me chills. And so like when I first started working on Runes, I knew that we wanted to make a Souls expansion. Like I knew that for a fact. And then once I heard this song, like 2 years ago, I was like, I want to make a trailer featuring her song. Like I want, like, this is just perfect. And it was so haunting and it was so genuine. And then here we are 2 years later. So it was so much fun. And it's all about storytelling too, right? It's about, I was like, oh, cool, this might be a cool way to like release some of the card art, but also just like, I want to make a little animation about souls and the Runiverse and wizards and runes cards. So.
Yeah, it's so good, Give a Hoot. And then so the Souls card collection you probably already said it, but it'll be out on Halloween.
Yes. So I'm still finalizing some of the details, but it'll be the mint is gonna start on Halloween, probably early in the day, definitely, so it doesn't overlap or coincide exactly with the time of the Nightmare Run. But probably, I'm probably thinking like sometime in the morning EST is when it'll start. And I'll be tweeting out some of the specifics about amounts and stuff. So the one difference about this expansion set is that it's actually going to be capped, whereas our previous sets, like the core set, has been open edition basically. This one's going to be capped at probably, I'm coming up with a number, but so it'll be like a little more scarce, but definitely plenty to go around for sure. I don't want it to be super scarce to the point where these cards are really inaccessible and then create like balance issues. But yeah, and the art is freaking insane. Elf, you've seen some. Bearsnake, you've seen some. It's just insane. I love the set. It's fun. Like the core set is like will forever have a place in my heart, and the art's amazing. But the cool thing about the Soul set is that it's very thematic and it's very like it's all aligned and follows a similar theme. So when you look at the set like together, it's just so powerful. Like you're just looking at all these cards that like kind of like not like go together and kind of play off each other. And so I don't know. I'm super pumped. And so I'll be tweeting out some of the teasers as well for that throughout the week. So I'll actually, you got little clips of the cards in the trailer, but I'll tweet out some of the actual full card art and stuff. And yeah,
And you said that this one is actually going to be a limited set. It's not open edition. There's
correct. Yeah. So yeah.
And there's like I think you said there's some one of ones in this set.
Yes, thank you for reminding me, Elf. Yeah, so I commissioned a few artists. I forget actually the total number of one-on-ones. I think it's about 8 or 9, and they will be scattered throughout the packs. And so basically, yeah, there will be actual one-of-one pieces of card art. So the card. Basically, it's a similar setup to the core set where there are like standard cards, and then there's basic, and then there's alternative art, and then these will be like forgotten art versions, which I'm calling them. So they'll be like one-of-one card art versions, and they're fucking sick. Just throwing it out there.
They really are, especially because you let me draw one.
Well, Jesus Christ. Thanks for spoiling that, Elf. But yes, there is. Huh?
I didn't know if I was supposed to spoil it.
I was debating on whether. I mean, I'll probably post. I don't know if I want to say the exact number, but yeah, basically the one-of-one artists. So a lot of artists that you know very well from the core set are going to be one-of-one artists, and then actually a few others that are just so insanely good, including Elf's one-of-one, which is I don't know, it's mind-blowing. I like. When you sent it to me, I like literally just like stared at it longingly for like days. I just like couldn't take my eyes off of it. So,
well, you let me draw a really cool character. I'm not going to say what it is, but it was just a really fun card to draw.
Yeah. I love the card you chose because also it's not like it was a community it was this community submitted card idea, so it wasn't also like canonical Forgotten Runes, which I love because let you kind of like explore. Some different stuff that wasn't covered in the canonical collection. So no, it was
for
sick.
Sure. But just to be clear, Give a Hoot, I consider every card in your collections to be canonical. You've just done such an amazing world building effort with this card set, both of them, both series 1 and 2. And I mean, I'm so glad like the Runiverse just got your flavor all over it, and everybody you commissioned to contribute.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is it really is about? It's like it's my flavor, but it's so much the artist's flavor. Like I chose these I kind of found these artists, and they all dabbled in this like dark theme, and I just kind of like gave them these ideas, and they run with it, and I'm like, this is just perfect. It's just perfect. Like it's really. I don't really say much. It's just more about like finding these people and then bringing them to the cult and bringing them to the universe.
So good, so good.
Yeah, I love them. I love the Runes TCG cards so much. The art, everything.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So we only have a few minutes left, and I just want to acknowledge one other thing. That speaking of like community created things, apparently November is now officially No Magic November. Have you guys heard of this?
I heard. I did. It's the ducks are rising.
Yeah. Which I guess November would be a good month for it because October is clearly full of magic. I think December is definitely full of magic, but sitting right in between, the Warriors and the Ducks really are taking a stance, and I think that's really interesting. I don't know who started No Magic November, but it sounds fun.
I'm using magic. I don't even care.
Yeah. Yeah, if anyone can type in the secret tower who created this monstrosity, I'm curious myself.
It was Waz. I don't know. It might have been Waz. I'm not sure.
Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna spill something else that I'm probably not supposed to, but there's actually like another special Halloween, I guess, mint or thing happening that
Drop. It's very small.
What's that, Dotta?
It's very small.
Oh, I'm actually talking about something else.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I don't want to announce it. I'm just going to say Bill Gaines is in charge of this one, or maybe,
Oh,
yeah.
well,
And Bill, like, if
there's another one too. There's
there,
another one
yeah,
that's
there
not
is.
Bill Gates. Yeah.
No, Halloween in October is like
Yeah,
freaking
it's
Forgotten
crazy.
Runes month.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I'm not gonna, Bill. I'm not gonna say anything because I know you guys. I mean, a lot of people, Tanya and Acid, and a bunch of people have been contributing to this. Yours to announce. If you want to come up and talk about it now, you can. But otherwise, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Another thing is the voting for DAO members. I'm in my car right now. I don't have it in front of me. What date everything is voting? Does anybody from the DAO want to come up and talk about when we're holding elections? Because it's pretty soon. Like, I think the nominations might have closed already. We had some really just great applicants. I would be happy for really anyone who was nominated and accepted the nomination to be a part of the council. So I really think we can't lose. But of course, we have to pick because there's more people than there are spots. So yeah, if someone from the DAO could come up and give us the details, otherwise we'll post it in Discord.
Great. Okay. Oh, there's Bill. Hello, Bill. Yo, what up?
I was caught off guard here. I wasn't expecting to come up and announce anything.
You don't have to. You really don't have
No,
to.
no. I think most people know. Basically, what we're doing is just we've like rebuilt the dress up app, so it's like something more user friendly and fun. We're still like putting on the final touches. But yeah, there's going to be a bunch of costumes that you can dress your wizard, warrior, baby, soul, all sorts of things, and they're costumes made by Bread and Acid and Tanya and Tad and Feckless. I might be missing someone right now. Oh, and yeah, there's some cool Oz backgrounds that are for the Black Sand Edition minters. And yeah, so like we tried to put in all the derivative collection items. So like you'll be able to equip your Baron Court familiar as a familiar. And I'm working out the NFT side of it. So it's going to be a token bound token that will follow your token, but I don't have the final details on that. I've been kind of busy the last week, so not entirely
All
done.
good, man. Yeah, I've just been observing what you guys have been doing. I've been observing from afar, and everything is just looking amazing. And I just wanted to make sure everybody else knew that it was happening because just a lot of really great stuff is happening with it.
That sounds super fun, and honestly, somehow I don't even think that I knew about this dress up. I can't wait to do it.
Yeah, so let's see if we can recap everything that's going on. We've got the Runiverse white paper out. We've got Nightmare Run happening on Tuesday. We've got Runes TCG Souls Collection on Halloween. We've got the dress up costume thing coming. We've got the Smalls thing, Smalls Souls happening very soon. Did I miss anything else?
Yeah, the 3D Souls.
3D Souls, of course. What we started the whole space with. All right, too much. Okay, anything else from anybody?
I mean, are we going to do the Cult Content Chronicle?
Oh, yes. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
While you're getting that, I was gonna confirm the dates for the DAO because I wanted to make sure I got the right dates. So today's actually the last day for nominations. If you have any nominations for anybody you want to have on the DAO, please submit them today. in the HowDAO channel of the Discord. I'll probably post a link in the secret chat and the secret tower so everybody can click on it quickly. We'll actually have the actual elections will take place on the 29th. So and they'll run from 29th to November 4th. So submit anybody today if you have any. If you can, you're welcome to submit more than one. You're not limited to just one. If you have anybody you think should be on the council, submit them up. Today's the last day, and then we'll start voting on the 29th.
And then for the nominations, so you get nominated by somebody, but then you have to accept it. There's a process for that, right? I think it's something like you have to post up in a public place. So like to be on the ballot, you need to like tweet saying that you accept the nomination. Or I think maybe you could post on Discord, but I think we want you to tweet about it.
Yes. You have to, if you accept the nomination, you have to actually publicly come out. You can't just kind of like nominate somebody and then kind of push them into the lines in if they don't want to even join in. So publicly come out. We'll be publishing a list, obviously, of the nominations that accept it. So like at the end, we'll have an actual like list. But just we'll have more details on that after the nominations goes off.
Yeah, and the voting is weighted according to the weighing scheme that we all like worked through a year ago, which is like, wizards and souls and beasts and so warriors are all weighted differently. We can refresh kind of what those numbers are.
Right. With warriors being lower ended on the weights and souls being higher and beasts being the most. So those weights will stay in place.
All right. I want to go over week 40 of the Cult Content Chronicle compiled by the illustrious Tony Del Rio. Okay, so starting off is the amazing video that Runes TCG put out. If you haven't seen this video, go to Runes TCG and look at it. It's so good. Just every little detail, the animation, the sound effects, the music, the characters. I love every second of it. And then we've got the Heroes of Cumberland.
Song about being so cold.
What, Dotta?
I know, sorry, it broke up. I was going to say that I've always loved that song, the Being So Cold song. I would it's my dream that we get to use that through like a sequence in the show someday. Around episode 6 or 7 when it's looking really, really dark. I'd love to put that in the show.
Totally agree. I mean, I want to put so much community content into the show, but that's a whole other conversation. And then we've got the Heroes of Cumberland. They are connected to the Black Sands races, and you can now summon a Hero of Cumberland for 0.015 ETH. There's still a lot available, I think. I minted like 5 just last week. Just a beautiful collection. And then speaking of Black Sand, the races are ongoing. The Cumberland Cup is underway. And then the Other Guide Pro made a fun Forgotten Runes video. Basically, I haven't actually seen the video, but I think he's just talking about the project in general. I love when people do that. And then let's see. Something from Malevolent. I think it's a YouTube video. Let's see. Malevolent made a really cool video. I'm just now seeing this. I'm not gonna watch it all right now, but it looks amazing. And then let's see. Oh, and then Bill's the costume picker. I haven't even seen this yet, but this is where you go to choose your costume for your character. I'm looking at this video right now. Damn, that's a nice UI. This looks amazing. God, I can't believe how much work went into this. Really nice job to everyone who contributed to that. And then Henry Boyd made a really fun Ghosts and Goblins graphic. Man, what a classic game! That's one of like the hardest games on all the NES. I remember being a kid and being really pissed off at that game because it's basically impossible. um, and then Hinboyd also commissioned a really fun piece of pony art. Markafine shared a really fun sketch from his sketchbook. Damn, Markafine's awesome. This sketch is amazing. You don't see Markafine's work as in sketch form too often. So that's beautiful. Jason DeSante shared a really fun piece of basically pixel art of a Red Hat wizard. Magic Monday News. This week, the special guest was Feckless Mage. Treat of the week was the Green Ring. And then, of course, they had Wizard Jeopardy. Chemical Imbalance with another amazing custom rug, this time for Nagilia. Chemical Imbalance, your rugs are definitely a cult favorite. I know I have one hanging on my wall. And I think that's it. I think that's it for the Cult Chronicle.
Every damn week.
Anything else? Every damn week.